Hello kids, today my name is Tiffany and I'm going to be talking to you all today about summer safety tips. You know, summer is the only time of year where we can get out and enjoy ourselves and do other things. So I'm going to give you some tips to help you stay safe during the summer. And we're going to start off by talking about swimming tips. When swimming, you should always wear a life jacket or any other flotation device. And a flotation device is something that just helps you stay afloat of water. You should never swim in deep water, especially if you don't know how to swim. You shouldn't even wander in the deep water walking. You should never be around a pool or any lake without adult supervision. And you should stay away from fast-moving water at all times. Those are just some tips to keep you from drowning, keep you more safe. Now I'm going to tell you some other things to keep you safe while you're swimming. You should never swim while having diarrhea. You should not swallow pool water. You should try to not even get the water in your mouth. You should practice good hygiene at all times with swimming, such as taking a shower before swimming, washing your hands after using the toilet. This just keeps you from taking your germs to the pool. So that's another way to keep safe, you know, keeping germs out of our pool water. Okay? And when you're out in that sun, you should also wear sunblock. Sunblock helps protect our skin. Even those darker skinned people should wear sunblock. You know, that keeps the UV rays from destroying our skin cells. You should also wear insect repellents when you're out. This protects us from mosquitoes, gnats, and chiggers. And you should also tell your parents to use insect spray with DEET. Okay? And in the summertime, what are some other things we like to do? We like to ride our bikes, right? So I'm going to give you some tips on staying safe while riding your bike. You should always wear protective gear when you're riding your bike, such as helmet, knee and elbow pads. You shouldn't ride your bike a long distance from your home alone. You should consider riding with someone. You shouldn't ride alone. It's not safe to ride alone or with an adult. You should avoid riding in heavily traveled areas to avoid getting hit by a car. You should always watch for cars when crossing the street. Let's avoid accidents as well. You should never stop your bike to talk to strangers. If someone is slowing up behind you, you should speed up, ride your bike to the nearest home that you're aware of, and make someone know that someone is following you while you're riding your bike at a slow pace. You should always ride bikes that are the right size for you, because riding a bike that is too small or too big for you can lead to injury. And some other things we like to do during the summer is go to the parks and playground. And when we go to the park and playground, the first thing you do is run for the equipment. And you don't know that the equipment is hot. So you should be aware of playground equipment at the parks when you go out, because it could be hot. It could scotch your skin when you run to get on that hot equipment. Also in the summertime, we like to eat barbecue. Who all like barbecue? Alright, so I'm going to give you some tips to tell your parents about barbecue. You like barbecue, huh? You should tell them to keep the food well cool, because warm environment increases bacteria growth. So you should always try to keep your food cool. You should make sure your grill is at the appropriate temperature to cook the food, that the food is cooked thoroughly, well cooked. And when your parents are barbecuing, you should stay away from hot surfaces to avoid burns and other injuries. Those are just some tips while barbecuing. And many of us also like to travel in the summertime. We like to travel to amusement parks. So I'm going to give you some tips on staying safe while you're at the amusement park this summer, such as you should always stay with an adult when you're at an amusement park. You shouldn't run around. It should cause injury to yourself and other people. You should dress in bright colors so that if you get away from your family, you're easily recognized. Those bright colors are the distinct colors. You can be well recognized. You should have a plan in case anyone gets lost. If someone gets lost, you should have a plan, whether the plan is to go to the nearest food stand, to have someone contact your parent. You should always have a plan. And you should not ride anything that is not for your size. You should always get on appropriate size rides. Okay, and some other things to help us during the summer. I'm going to wrap this up. In the summer months, you know that it's hot. So I'm going to give you this. When you're out playing, you should try to stay well hydrated, which means you should drink plenty of water. Try not to drink too many pops when it's hot. You know, that's not good for you. You sweat a lot in the summertime, so you should try to drink water to keep those fluids in you. And if you feel yourself getting too hot while you're out playing, you should stop and rest. Cool down. Don't try to keep going, you know. You get sick that way. And you sweat a lot in the summer, so that's another good reason to drink plenty of water so you can stay hydrated, so you won't become dehydrated. Alright, and you should get plenty of rest. So that wraps up my swimming tips and just summer safety tips overall, and I'm going to tell you some websites that you can go look up on to get more of these tips. You can go to keepkidshealthy.com, familyeducation.com, and you also can find some summer safety tips in the April 2008 Nick Family Magazine. My name is Tiffany, and if you have any questions, feel free. Thank you, and I've enjoyed you all.